Okay, we're done with the Lane Jensen hearing, and nothing really happened. The bill was already made. I'm sure that Mr. Kopic wanted Lane behind that, you know, the little window over there in his little bright orange suit. They love to parade their prisoners so that the public can see them like animals in cages. So why was Lane arrested? Let's get to the point. Why was Lane arrested again? Well, he was arrested because he commented on the following video. Watch it right now.
We do everything that we can to provide the best safety both for our riders and for our employees.
Can TriMet be doing more to protect their drivers?
That's a question that we are always looking at, and we look at it consistently, and then more so after each incident.
So I made that video, Roberta. That's a clip taken from a newscast of her not answering the questions about safety. So Lane was doing one of his podcasts, and he played the audio from that, and then he made a comment. This is what, I don't remember this exactly, but the district attorney said he called Roberta a lying fucking bitch, and apparently there was no context to that. Sorry, I'm always running over shit down there. There was no context to the. You see, the problem with the hearings that are happening here is there's no context to this. They don't give the context in which he says these things. The DA says he's called her a lying fucking bitch, and so the judge is like, oh, well, that's not good. Now Lane holds in his hand a piece of paper which tells him what his conditions of his release were, which was no contact with the victim, no contact, no emails, no calls, no texts, etc. So he thinks as long as he's not contacting the victim nor posting her stuff on his blog, there's a reference to him and his blog too, then he can go ahead and still report what his version is of the TriMet news. And he calls everybody names on his podcast, and we already know this. It's not single to her. So they don't provide any context like, oh, Lane was commenting on a public comment she made. No, they present it as Lane just called her a lying fucking bitch. The judge goes, Lane, you can't do that. Lane's, poor little Lane, sitting there all dejected. And so that was the whole hearing. There was really nothing to it because I had already posted the bail. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. This whole thing is a joke and a travesty and a manipulation. And you know, you're fighting forces that are very hard to fight here. Hopefully, when we put the context of all these things together, we will be able to show that this is a manufactured baloney. Roberta Allstott was never under any threat from Lane Jensen. I wouldn't have bailed him out if I thought he was actually a threat to her. If I thought he was to be scared. You think I would put my own money out on the line here because you know, I'm not in favor of violence. This is an information war, okay? And he's no threat to anybody. He's annoying as goddamn hell. Everybody knows that, but he's not a threat. Jail is not the place for him. And in all good conscience, I couldn't let him sit there, and that's why I paid the bail. And hopefully, when this all gets played out in an open court where you can provide context to all of this stuff, the jury will see it for what it is, a manufactured bullshit case.
Approve resolution 13-38. All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, the motion is approved unanimously.
You just approved a falsified budget. You just approved a falsified budget, Bruce.